Hello guys and welcome back in another video. So, as I previously said, here I am with a brand new webcam. Well, not really brand new, it was bought like 6 years ago and never used, but here I am with a webcam, and yes, just to have that deeper connection that I was saying about in my previous videos. So yeah, here I am, face reveal, hope you like it. That's cringe, but yeah. So today it's not the usual gameplay video we're going through, but I wanted to talk about something a little bit deeply. In the meaning that I want to talk about what is going on in modern after the B&R that happened back in December 2024. In order to do so, we're going to use a famous tool known to many Magic Online players called MTG Goldfish. All of this, we're going through 4 points, one by one, and we're going to discuss them in order to have an answer to the title question. Is Modern really saved right now? So, as I was saying, in order to do so, we're going to look at MTG Goldfish, a famous website, probably the most famous website for Magic the Gathering. Here you can look at some interesting stats about deck popularity, mostly online. We are talking about online tournaments. And what is happening in the modern format right now is really, it's really strange, and we'll talk about this. So the first point I want to talk about is did the B&R actually did something? Do the B&R actually did something? In order to do so, modern metagame show decks from the last 14 days, so 2 weeks of decks. Let's look the popularity of each deck. What are the type 1s, what are the type 2s, and etc. So, first of all, Boros Energy, 17.7. We're gonna round this up to 18%, right? And I'm gonna add the 3% from Mardu midrange, so we're going up to 21% of the metagame. And Mardu Energy, which is the same as this Mardu Energy mostly, it's 1.1, so it's 22% of the metagame. 22, alright, 22 with 146 plus 25 plus 9 decks that got 5-0 or better online. So basically, this is the all-time strongest deck in the modern format, in my opinion. Even after the Amped Raptor ban, even after the One Ring ban, this thing is just way too good, and that's just insane. We're gonna look at the deck list in a moment. The second deck, in my opinion, the most fair deck in the format, and the one that is not abusing any unbanned cards or MH3 cards, is Dimir Froculus or Dimir Murktide. It's a really good deck, it's fair, it's good, and I really love to play against it, even though it has some insane starts like, I don't know, fetch land into Thought Scour, next turn you go Unearth and you reanimate your Abhorrent Oculus, maybe back it up by some counter spells, and that's just too good to beat. But it's fair, you can Fatal Push the Abhorrent Oculus and whatever you want. You have interaction, but that's a really good deck. 14.4 of the metagame. And now comes the trouble, Grinding Station. Alright, 12% of the metagame. Grinding Station is, in my opinion, the strongest deck at the moment in the format, well, besides Energy. That's really resilient, really hard to interact with, and it's just very good. After that we have Eldrazi Ramp. The banning of the One Ring did not really stop Eldrazi, and the One Ring was countering other One Rings, so when the One Ring is gone, each deck that played the One Ring suffered, so every single deck is now depowered, and the same goes for Eldrazi ramp. So here we can say that the core card now is Kozilek Command, and that's an issue we're gonna discuss in a while. 10% of the metagame. And after that, if you add this 21 plus 15, it's 36, plus, well, 13, it's 49. It's almost 60% of the metagame is the Type 1 decks. So almost 2 out of 3 decks you're going to face online are Type 1 decks. And yes, it's good for the format, but there's something else we're going to look, and I'll let you know why this isn't really healthy for the format. Because after that you have Belcher, Hordes of Midrange. I really love this deck, by the way, Hordes of Midrange. We're gonna look into, because there's a hidden issue even in Hordes of Midrange. And Amulet Titan, Ruby Storm, well, Mardu Energy is still energy. Yagmoth, Timur Bridge, it's still grinding station, so yeah, it's even more than I said. Affinity, well, it's 1.4%, only 12 decks. If we look at Affinity compared to, you know, Boros Energy, 146, you see that there's no real competition for Type 2 or beyond decks. The Rock is just general Yagmoth things with Agatha Soul Cauldron, Living End, and Mardu Energy. Again, Mardu Energy, so it's even more than I knew before. Yeah, I mean, okay, all right. Let's take a look at, so the first point that I wanted to talk about is that it's going to lead to the second point. It's, you only have 4 dominant decks, all right, which are Energy, Murktide, Grinding Station, or Timur Bridge, whatever, and Eldrazi's. All of the rest, despite perhaps Belcher and Hordes of Midrange, are straight up Type 2 or beyond. There's no Type 1.5, there's no solid Type 2. Just look at numbers. 27 Amulet Titans, 27 Ruby Storm. Compare this to, you know, 146. That's just insane. But this is going to lead to the second issue of the modern format. The first issue, if that wasn't clear, is no variety and no diversity despite what happened in December. So, second point we're going to discuss is the influence of Modern Horizons sets. Just take a look at this deck list. 6-2-1, second place at a Modern SQ. So every single card, every single creature they pack, it's from a Modern Horizon set. Okay, and almost 90% it's for Modern Horizon 3. Galvanic Discharge, Modern Horizon 3. Traben Charm, Modern Horizon 3. Static Prison, same. Bombardment was in Horizon 2. Fable, wow. Kamigawa. Arena of Glory, Modern Horizon 3. And if you look at prices, just look at how goddamn expensive this deck is. $838 and 400 ticks. So it's very, very, very goddamn expensive. I mean, you cannot really play this without the most expensive cards. And we're lucky that Ragavan price dropped. Ragavan was an absolute beast in 2023. And now it's just a random monkey that you can easily face, and you can tell by the price. Ragavan is probably only played in this deck. So the influence of MH3 cards is too heavy, in my opinion, and every single Modern Horizon set that comes out is going to bring even more insanely powerful cards than the set that came before. Modern Horizon 1 was good with many interesting cards, but not all over the place. Modern Horizons 2 was already very good with Ragavan, Peach Elementals, Youth the Saga, many insanely good bombs. When MH3 was firstly revealed, people were really enthusiastic because they said, oh, there are no pitch elementals, nothing is really broken here, just some good cards to brew with. And then Boros Energy happened. And even after the ban of Emped Raptor, they are still going strong. Just look at how many results are up here. I know there's my webcam hiding them, but just look this single day. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 5-0s in a single day. That's just insane. Over like 50 decks that were participated in this league. They're just all over the place. It doesn't make any sense. So Modern Horizon 3 set is still good. And I'm scared about Modern Horizon 4 that will eventually come in probably 2026. If we go at this pace, Modern will just be Modern Horizon Limited, probably, or something like that, because, you know, Modern Horizon block, because you cannot really play anything else. They are even replacing staples like Lightning Bolt with Galvanic Discharge. They are replacing other very good removals with Static Prison, and I'm really scared. And this influence by Modern Horizon 3, you can, I mean, if you look at, you know, Dimir Murktide, even here, Psychic Frog MH3, Harbinger MH3, Murktide MH2. I mean, you get the point, right? Counterspell, I think that was printed in Modern Horizons. And Unearth 2, MH1, Force of Negation. I mean, they are meant to wrap Modern up on them. They are called Modern Horizons, right? But I don't really see how healthy this could be, because you see this deck is 527 ticks. That's just insane. Look at how Oculus is casting. Well, Oculus is not from MH3, but you get the point. That is just unsustainable in the long run, because supply is gonna fall, right? Supply is gonna fall because they don't print Modern Horizon sets. So if you want to get a Ragavan, well, they reprinted it in many other times, but you get the point. It's really hard to get a card from a Modern Horizon set when Modern Horizon set is not being sold anymore. So this will lead to the third issue we're going to talk about today, which is prices. Look at Grinding Station deck. 822 ticks. I don't even remember the last time when a deck costed like this. I made a video in 2024, probably early 2024, or that was even 2023 maybe, one of my first 10 videos. I played all the most expensive cards all in one deck, and that was like, if I remember correctly, that was like the One Ring, Bowmaster, Shieldred, Ragavan, Force of Negation. Everything that was expensive was in that deck. I wanted to prove a point. And that, at the time, was 700 ticks. So, the most expensive deck made just to be the most expensive deck in 2023 is not even comparable to this deck here. Just look at 243 ticks for Tamiyo. Mox Opal, 295 ticks, 300 ticks. I was lucky enough to rent 4 Mox Opals at the first day of unbannings. They were like going for 6 ticks each, probably. But then I made the mistake to return Mox Opals the same day. And now, in fact, I cannot play with Mox Opals anymore because look at this goddamn price. That just doesn't make any sense. I cannot even talk anymore properly. The third issue in Modern, after the B&R in December, are prices. Prices. If you, I mean, I have a card order subscription. I pay like $5 a week to rent like 250 ticks. I was able, up until last month, to play almost every single deck. Maybe I couldn't afford Psychic Frog and Bowmasters and other cards all at the same time, but I mean, I was still going strong and playing whatever I wanted, and I could have played Affinity too, but now supply of Mox Opal and Tamiyo are low, and the demand is so high, so the price is skyrocketed like never before in the format. Find me a moment in time where you have to pay 822 ticks to play a Tier 1 deck in Modern. Almost $2,000 to get this one in paper. 2,000! A legacy deck used to cost 2,000. That's just insane. That is just insane. It's too much to handle. Really. And let's look at odds of midrange. It's almost 500 ticks. All due to one single card, which is Overload of the Bale Merc. So this has nothing to do with Modern Horizons, but this card behave good with other Modern Horizon cards, like, you know, Solitude and I mean, where is it? Phalia, you know. So since this interacts very good, a card that has good interaction with a Modern Horizon 3 card, but if the Modern Horizon 3 card is rare and there's plenty of it, but this is a mythic rare of a new released expansion, the price will skyrocket immediately, and indirectly it's because of Modern Horizons 3, right? Because the card, before the unbannings and the metagame shifting, this wasn't that good. It was, yeah, I mean, good, but not that good. So the B&R shook the format, I don't know how you say it in English, sorry. But moved the format in a way that the prices skyrocketed. And if you wanted to play Death and Taxes like 2 months ago, it was like 100 ticks. Now it's almost 500 ticks. That's just not good. By the way, this deck is almost a Tier 1 in my opinion. Look at how many good results it's putting up. That's just way too good. Look here, how many 5-0s. This deck is very, very, very good. I wanted to play it. I wanted to play it in a league. But look at this price. I cannot afford that anymore. So what do you think, guys? What do you think about prices in Modern? And by the way, last but not least, Eldrazi's. I mean, there are many different ways to play Eldrazi's, many different lists, and almost every single list has one thing in common, and that is K-Command. This card here should be up to a ban, because that is just too fucking good. Too freaking good. And it's not much expensive. Whoa, Emrakul went up in price a lot. I should sell it. There was another thing I wanted to talk about. Consigned to Memory. Just because it counters the current top decks, it's for an uncommon, it's like 14 ticks. It's just insane. By the way, what I wanted to say, the fourth point is, how would I save Modern? I mean, Unbannings brought up some really interesting strategies, and even I had some fun brewing with that, even though I didn't play much in the last couple weeks, couple months. But I had a lot of fun off screen, playing paper with my friends and testing many new brews. But at the end, you just end up losing to Boros Energy and a turn to Feraculous and whatever, or just a grinding station grinding you to the death so easily, even through a lot of hate. So in the end, if you don't play a tire deck, it's not always been like this, but you're going to struggle. And the unbannings in the end brought up just grinding station and nothing else. because Grinding Station is playing both. No, it's not playing Faithless Looting. I thought they were playing it, but yeah, they play Max Opal. And so in the end, Faithless Looting brought nothing, Splinter Twin brought nothing, and Green Sun Zenith brought nothing. The banning of Amped Raptor brought nothing. The One Ring, I'm still happy it went away because it makes the format really smoother, and I'm really happy about that. But in the end, even unbanning those cards, even Green Sun Zenith, Splinter Twin, Faithless Looting banned for ages, brought nothing to the format. So I'm really scared, because even those broken cards from ages away can do nothing against the power of Modern Horizon sets. So how will they save Modern? Can it really be saved? I'm not entirely sure. What I'm sure about is that I would like schedule a B&R like every 2 months, maybe every 3 months or something, and every single time I will change something. I know there are people spending a lot of money on the top tier deck of the format because they really want to win, they really want to grind, and whatever. That's not my problem. If you want to exploit the tier 1 deck in order to win, you better be good and enjoy it until it lasts. And you have to keep an eye on what's unhealthy and what's not. Boros Energy, every single time I speak about Boros Energy with my friends, we all end up saying, yeah, Pyroclasm and you're good. Yeah, a good Fatal Push and you're good to go. Amped Raptor is now gone, so you can chill. There will be no more 2-for-1s. You can play safely. It's not like that anymore. They will win anyways, and the deck is just too good. Goblin Bombardment, Ajani, too many interactions, also Pride with Guide of Souls, they're just too good. So, back to our question. Is Modern really saved? Absolutely not. Am I having fun lately? Yes, better than before, but really I'm still struggling a lot. I don't know if this numbers are inflated by people that wants to grind with the strongest deck in the format, but prices are too high, diversity is too low, Modern Horizon sets are dominating the format, so it's getting worse and worse and worse. Not as worse as it was in November, of course, but it's worse than 2022. It was then 2021 probably, and yeah, I don't really know what to say more than this, but I would like your opinion down in the comments perhaps, guys, and I really wish we could talk about this. And what's your opinion? Do you find Modern fun at the moment? And do you think that diversity is too low with 21% of Boros Energy? Let's look at last 30 days. Yeah, it went up. It went clearly up. You can see that in the last 30 days, Odds of Midrange is rising, while all other decks are going. Belcher is also rising. Grinding Station, Eldrazi, Boros Energy, they went up like a lot. So it's now clearer what are the tier decks. Let's look at 7 days. It's even worse than I thought. It's even worse than I thought. 28.1 plus 3.2 plus 1. It's even worse. It's almost at 22, 23 of the metagame. It's out of control. I will ban something else. But if we keep banning Modern Horizon 3 broken cards, what's the point in making them? Money? Because you sell a lot of boxes? You sell really a lot of boxes and you make a huge amount of money off those cards, and then you proceed to ban Fury and you proceed to ban Amped Raptor. I don't get the point. Okay, I don't really get the point to ban Grief. Why doing so? Just for money? I mean, yes, but I would gladly spend more money on a format that's balanced with interesting cards rather than broken cards that are eventually going to be banned. You know? I don't know, guys. I'm not finding any satisfactions in those numbers that I'm looking at. It's really scary. I mean, you can still grab a 5-0 with... I've seen a list with like Hactos the Unscared or something like that. But a single 5-0, everyone can do that. With every single deck, you can do that. Even by playing mono black zombies, you can get a 5-0 with a bit of luck and a decent deck building. But this, 21%, it's too much. 800, almost 900 ticks for a deck. That's just too much. Well, I think 25 minutes. I wanted to talk about this in like 10 minutes. I went a bit too long talking about this. I hope you find it interesting, and I hope that you will interact with this video down in the comments. And yes, I think I talked like a bit too much today. So yeah, hopefully you enjoyed the video, and yes, we'll meet in the next video. That's gonna be gameplay. And yes, I cannot really wait to play more. I know I'm keeping on saying that I'll play more in the upcoming weeks, but I cannot do that for several reasons. Every single time there's something coming up, so I hopefully will be back to play a lot like I did in the past very soon. So yeah, thank you for listening to my almost 30 minutes wall of text, well, wall of words, I guess. And yes, thank you for staying. Remember to subscribe to my channel down here, and see you in the next video, hopefully very soon.